Hello, welcome to my terrarium class. In this class, you will learn how to create your own closed terrarium. By following my step-by-step guidance, you will discover the fascinating world of terrariums and gain the skills to assemble your own beautiful miniature earth ecosystem. My name is Nur, and I'm thrilled to be your guide in this exciting journey of creating closed terrariums. I've had the pleasure of teaching terrariums for a long time now. Over the years, I have had the opportunity to host over 1,000 guests in my classes, sharing the wonders of creating miniature ecosystems and fostering a deep connection with nature. Crafting a closed terrarium offers numerous benefits, both for your creative expression and your well-being. In this class, not only you will create a visually stunning piece of art, but you will also gain a deeper understanding of how ecosystems work and the importance of balance within them. Terrariums provide a sense of peace and connection to nature, making them perfect for stress relief and relaxation. One of the best things about this class is that you can easily do it in the comfort of your own home. No need for a vast garden or a large workspace. The kit we'll be using includes all the materials you will need. You can follow along at your own pace, pausing and rewatching the lessons whenever you need it. Throughout the class, we will explore the importance of each element in the terrarium and how they contribute to creating a sustainable ecosystem. We will cover every step in detail. You will also learn about suitable plants for your terrarium and how to position them effectively. To add a touch of magic, we will even incorporate fairy lights in our terrarium, bringing it to life with a warm glow. By the end of this class, you will have gained the skills and knowledge necessary to create your own closed terrarium masterpiece. You will have a deeper appreciation for the intricate balance of nature and the benefits of creating for your well-being. So, join me now and let's embark on this creative and educational journey together. Get ready to craft your own miniature earth model and discover the joy of creating a self-sustaining ecosystem right in your own home. I'm excited to guide you through the process of creating your own closed terrarium. These miniature ecosystems are not only beautiful but also provide a unique therapeutic experience. So let's dive in. Welcome back. Today I'll be teaching you how to make a waterfall terrarium. The first step is adding our pebbles for our drainage layer into our jar. Half of it will be fine, the other half you can use it as decorations. And the second step is adding our burlap. It'll separate pebbles from our soil layer. You can use a marker to determine the edge of the jar, and I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna draw my jar's diameter and then I will cut it. Instead of cutting smaller, you can cut it exact or a little bit bigger would be fine. Burlap separates soil layer from pebbles. It helps them to hold their own functionality. And you can use your scissor that you have in the kit. Okay, I cut my burlap, I'll put it on the side, and we're gonna add it into our jar. And you can get help from your tools to place it inside. It is normal that it can go on the side walls. It is just a aesthetic decision. You can cut it exact, but I decided to keep it like this. And I'm gonna put my jar on the side Then we're gonna prepare a terrarium soil mix. For our jar, I will start with half of my bag first. And I will add it inside of my mixing cup. And this is moisture control soil mix. And there's cocoa peat inside as well. And the functionality of it is maintaining the moisture inside of our terrarium. And moisture is very important to balance because it can help it to create mold, which we don't want it inside. It's not the ideal. And then peat moss, the second step, is going to get inside of our mix. And peat moss can hold 20 times more water than its dry weight. This will keep the mix humid all the time. And I'm gonna add half of it inside. And I will help it to separate with my fingers. Also, I will add sphagnum moss. Sphagnum moss is also very important. This has the same functionality with peat moss, and I'm gonna go get one bunch of it for our mix, and I will trim it. I will trim it into smaller pieces because I want it to mix well inside. I don't want it to collect one place, and you can trim it into smaller pieces. Also, think about that you are creating a miniature Earth. And if you think about gas cycle, oxygen and carbon dioxide, people are breathing oxygen and giving back carbon dioxide. And plants are converting carbon dioxide into oxygen. So there's a life cycle going on there. And think about how we can set the same gas cycle inside of our jar. It's a closed, airtight terrarium, and it's been alive for about 5 months. It's super healthy, and we have to set up a gas cycle inside. So think about, where do they get carbon dioxide? In our Earth, we give carbon dioxide to plants, but how do they get carbon dioxide inside of a jar? There you go, we have activated carbon. So this generates carbon dioxide to set up our gas cycle. And you can find the same thing inside of coffee machines or aquariums. Maybe you cannot gas it, but it filters the water as well. So this will generate carbon dioxide to set the gas cycle in our terrarium. Also, it'll filter the water inside. So let's open this one and then add it into our mixture. So I will cut it from the side like this, and then I will go and sprinkle on it 2 times. We don't need too much because we don't have much plants, many plants. If we were setting up bigger jar with so many plants, we would need more. But in our setup, we need only 2 times sprinkle would be enough. Then the last step is adding water, because I like to add water before adding it into our jar. The reason is we can control the water better in our mixture before adding it. If we are adding the water after we add the mixture, it is hard to prevent overwatering. Overwatering is the most common reason of killing the terrarium. So you may have different sizes of bottles, but let's add a little bit of it and then mix it. You can use your tools to mix it until we reach a good consistency. I would add a little more. The color should go darker as we add the water, and it should stick to each other better. And we shouldn't create mud. Muddy looking mix is not good. We want just moderate amount of water. As you can see here, our mix went a little bit darker and it is ready to add inside of our terrarium jar now. See you on next episode. Okay, let's add our mixture inside of our jar. And I will use my tools to add it inside of my jar. We will fill 1/3 of our jar total with our pebbles as well, because we need some space for gas cycle and also for beauty reasons. And I'm gonna add my mixture inside of my jar. You can take your time and slowly you can add the mixture inside. It is not the mandatory thing to add 1/3 of it. You can add a little bit less or a little bit more, depends on your choice of aesthetics. Plus, if you're adding a plant, if the plant can hold in this height, this is the thing. And also, we need to make some landscaping. As you can see, this is only a flat surface. We can move the soil mix and we can create landscapes. For example, I kind of made a hill here. So you see the difference, level difference. Here's the lower level, here's the upper level. So you can move the soil around and create some landscapes. You can make mountains, you can make craters, you can make canyons. You can put two different levels like this. You can make a mini canyon. Depends on your choice. You can just move it around. And also, if you wanna take it more steeper, you can make a waterfall, which I will show you today. So waterfall, I meant, is going steeper hill and we can put moss on it. And how it works? It works with water. As we add water, I'm gonna mix a little bit more to create more soil mix to add it inside of my terrarium. And we need water at this point. I'm gonna add water here. I want to create a mixture very close to mud. And I'm gonna add it like this. As you can see, it already sticks to my tool. And I want it to stick to my wall. and I want to make sure that water goes everywhere in my mix. I don't want it anywhere dry. And you mix it well. I want to add a little bit more water. Almost mud, but not mud. We want a very sticky mix. And okay, as you can see, it's pretty sticky. I'm not gonna touch it. So you can tilt it, your jar, not too much because we can mess up the structure here. I'm gonna add to the side and then press it, okay, like this. And then I'm gonna keep adding it here. And be careful to work cleaner. Don't touch everywhere in the jar because you will have to clean it, which is pretty easy, but still you can work cleaner. And I'm pressing to the wall. And you can make it a little bit thicker for it to hold it, and you can add some of it here to the bottom to help it to keep the structure up and standing. Okay. Probably I'll need to make a little bit more mix, but as you can see, we already have the foundations. And I will fill a little bit more here, and then I will make the curve a little bit more smoother to support the structure on the back. And let's make a little bit more mixture. And you can also add a bit more peat moss still. And you don't have to add exactly the same things because we already have activated carbon inside, which was enough. It's just adding a little bit more mixture, and I'm gonna add a little bit more sphagnum moss, and then a little bit more water. I need a little bit more mixture. Okay, so let's mix this one. If you overwatered it already, you can add a little bit more mixture to get the right consistency. Add the water slowly until you reach a good consistency that you think it can't stick to the wall. Okay. I will add a little bit more water. Okay, I got a perfect mixture. Then you can use your hand to clean the tool if you want. Okay, you have to get your hands dirty. Perfect. Let's add a little bit more mixture. So I'm gonna make a little bit more steeper, but I'm not gonna go all the way up. I'm just gonna go like this, and I don't want it super straight. I want it gradually going up. That's why I'm gonna fill a little bit more down here. Okay, so make sure that you press the soil mix onto the wall. Okay. I'm trying to work as clean as possible. Okay, now I have my structure. Perfect. I have my structure here. As you can see, there are some parts are not touching to the wall, and I make sure that they are touching to the wall. Okay, perfect. Perfect. I have this structure now. We have the base, and now we can add our moss. We are ready to add our moss into our jar. I have my moss here. I'll use this moss. Let's see this beauty. I love moss. Then I'm gonna carefully take it out. Okay, perfect. We have this moss, and then I'm gonna cut it and start adding into my jar. So you can clean your moss from dirt. As you can see here, I don't have much dirt on it. Moss doesn't have roots. It holds onto surfaces, and that's why you can cut them without killing them. What I like to do is I like to spray on the back a little bit because I want it to stick onto my soil mix. So I have a little bit of wood here. That doesn't necessarily be in your case. Any type of surface can go onto directly to the mix. And I like to mix. I like to add a little bit of water to help it. Okay, then I'm gonna cut it. I cut this piece, and I like to cut something like this. I don't like tearing it apart because it can add up some dirt, and let's add it into our jar like this. Okay, and I make sure that I clean my tool, and you keep it angled a little bit. Then I will press it with a clean tool onto my mix. And I will add this one. I'll cut smaller pieces and I'll drop it inside. Then I'll give it a position like this. And I will add my other piece as well. I like to trim a little bit from the sides. Then I will add it into the side like this. Okay, perfect. Then I need a little bit more. Okay. Okay, beautiful moss. Then I'm gonna drop this piece inside here. Then I will keep it like this. Okay, perfect. Then we have a moss wall here. Then you can press a little bit more. Then we are ready for our decorations. And I have my pebbles here, which I will drop them inside. Actually, first you can clean the terrarium. Mine is pretty clean, just the outside, but I recommend adding cleaning with paper towel. I'm gonna keep adding my pebbles. So I like to create something like a pathway. I'm just gonna drop it precisely a little bit, then I can arrange it with my tool. So, but be careful with tool, has to be clean, otherwise you just add dirt on to your terrarium. Okay, perfect. And I will add one more here, and one more over there, and one more. And I'll press a little bit. Then as you can see, it looks like a staircase going inside of a jungle. And our waterfall terrarium is ready. The next step is adding a little bit more spray water inside, not too much, maybe 5-6 times. You have created waterfall terrarium right now. And as a last step, we will add our fairy lights inside of our jar. You will find it in your kit, and then you will have to pull the plastic piece on it, and you have to press the black button on it 3 times. You will have the steady one. If you like the crazy one, you can keep it as it is on the first click. It can differ, but it works in the same way. If it doesn't work, if it doesn't turn on, you can open the battery pack and you can remove the batteries, then put them back again. Hopefully it'll work. Then you can add it inside of your terrarium randomly, or you can make butterflies or any other shapes as you like. As it is metal, you can give it a shape. Then I'm gonna add it inside of my terrarium like this randomly. And the battery pack should stay outside. If the battery dies, you can change the battery or you can remove it. It is your preferences. And let's seal it. Hold the cork ball instead of pushing it. Just hold it and then left and right until it airtights. Then you have it. So we completed our waterfall terrarium with our fairy lights. Then let's talk about the care guide. As you know, Moss likes cool places and also shady places. We're gonna have our terrarium in somewhere that takes indirect sunlight and somewhere cool. I mean, cool is not near fireplace. You shouldn't put anywhere near fireplace, for example. But anywhere else should pretty much work. And if you want to keep it longer, you can open it every week for a couple hours to change the air, which terrariums like it. And also, if you see any dryness on the moss, you can spray it. That's pretty much it. And let me know if you have any questions. Also, you can send us what you have created. I would love to see them. And I hope you enjoyed the class and you learned something. And have a wonderful day. I hope I will see you in another class. Thank you.